Hey everyone, and welcome to Finodi Law. Today we're going to cover an introduction to, in my opinion, one of the best television series ever made. Now, it had its flaws like most things do, but this show was pure genius and deserved more praise than it got. That show is Grimm. The story begins with this absolute hunk named Nick Burkhart, played by David Giantoli, who is a detective for the Portland Police Department. He has two partners, his hunk detective partner named Hank Griffin, played by Russell Hornsby, and his girlfriend Juliet Silverton, played by Bitsy Tulloch. The opening scene is of Nick being the most faithful boyfriend ever, seeing beautiful women literally become hideous beings because his love is so strong. Well, that's until later that night, when his Aunt Marie comes to town to tell him that he's a wizard, Harry. Wait, wrong fandom. That he's actually a Grimm.
Have you been seeing strange things? Things that you can't explain?
What are you talking about?
The misfortune of our family is already passing to you. I'm so sorry. I know you love Juliet, but you have to end it and never see her again. It's just too dangerous.
What?
It runs in his family and a few other families going all the way back to the Crusades and further. Now, what is a Grimm? Easy. A Grimm can see Wesen. Wait. Well, what's a Wesen? Easy. That's a species of half-human, half-animal people who have been blending in with the world, keeping their true identities a secret. Now, Wesen can show themselves to ordinary folk like you and me no problem, when they want to. But a Grimm can see them at times when they don't want to be seen, usually when they're overly emotional, like upset or angry. When their appearance changes and they reveal their true identity, that is called a Voga. Why is it important that Grimm can see Wesen? Because some Wesen are bad. And Grimms, as far back as we can imagine, have taken it as their responsibility to police Wesen in a way. And by in a way, I mean cut off their heads, burn them alive, throw them off cliffs, or slap the ever-living shit out of them. But I digress. I know what you're thinking. Wait, you're telling me there's half-human animal people potentially out and about killing people and nobody notices this? Nobody ever sees them vogue or like screams it to the world? Well, yeah, sometimes it does happen, and sometimes people do scream it to the world. Now imagine you're walking down the street and a stranger in the path in front of you is screaming about seeing a dude with a rhino head. Do you believe him straight away? Or do you ask how many tabs this guy dropped this morning? Most people who accidentally witness a vogue without understanding what's going on potentially end up in mental institutions because their mind cannot fully grasp what it just witnessed. But let's take a step back, because now some Wesen are good. They're nice people who just want to live and let live. Like the bestest friend anyone could ever ask for, Monroe. He is a bluebud, more commonly known as a big bad wolf, and I for one wouldn't mind him huffing and puffing his way into my life, because he's the bestest friend anyone could ever want. You see, in the pilot episode, a woman was murdered and a child was taken. Two very horrible things. Which is why hunk in charge Nick was put on the case. This eventually led him to Monroe, as the main suspect, as Nick saw that he was a bluebud and expected the worst. Trying to sneak around Monroe's house one night to confirm if the child was there or not, Monroe caught him and made him poop his pants. After a brief introduction, Monroe realizes that Nick is very new to this whole Grimm lifestyle, and sort of fills him in on the basics.
You know about me?
Are you kidding? My folks used to tell me stories about you guys. Scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. How long you been at this? You seem kind of new.
Who are you?
Wow, you are new at this. What, someone in your family just die?
My aunt's in a coma.
That explains it.
Is very important. You see, most Grimms, if not told beforehand about Wesen, mostly receive a very different welcoming into life, being the Wesen Vogues, sees a Grimm and either runs in terror or tries to kill them. This is due to centuries or possibly thousands of years worth of persecution by Grimms. You know the whole cut off their head first and ask questions later routine. But back to the story. Nick believes Monroe now isn't the one who killed the lady and took the child, but feels Monroe may at least know who it is. Monroe says yes, and they gallivant their way to the forest, because obviously the dude has to live in a creepy cottage in the middle of a creepy forest, right? Now Monroe shows him where to find the place, but can't go any further as he says the closer they are to each other, the more they'll get a pack mentality and he won't be sure who he'll help, Nick or possibly the other blue bud.
What's happening?
I can't guarantee what'll happen if I go any closer. It's too dangerous. I might be on your side, I might be on his side. I might even go after the girl. I'm sorry. There's nothing more I can do. I'm out of here.
Nick then calls for his actual partner Hank, and they go in there definitely not looking suspicious at all. As they're leaving the world's creepiest happy place ever, Hank realizes the guy was humming a song that was playing on the dead lady's iPod, and suddenly he's like, yep, that's all the evidence I need, that's our guy. So as you can imagine, like any standard police procedure, they kill him, find the child and save the day. Now I may have skipped a few details here, but that's practically the first episode in a nutshell, and it only gets more interesting and better. Please watch this bloody show, it is amazing if you watch it. Thank you for watching, I'll be back with more lore videos covering the show and possibly other shows in the future. See ya!